When working on service installations, it is important to first follow the National Electrical Code. The NEC serves as the primary guide for electrical installations. Secondly, thoroughly understand bonding and grounding principles. These practices safeguard electrical systems against faults and ensure equipment functions correctly. Thirdly, always use materials and equipment that meet NEC standards for service installations. Fourthly, it is essential to obtain all required permits before starting any electrical project. Finally, if you are unsure about performing service installations yourself, it is best to hire a qualified and licensed electrician. To further your learning, consider attending industry training sessions or workshops to stay updated on the latest electrical codes and practices. You might also join professional organizations such as the NFPA or NECA to gain access to valuable resources and networking opportunities. Dedicate time to studying electrical books and online resources to deepen your knowledge. Look for an experienced electrician who can mentor you and answer your questions. Participate in online forums where you can ask questions and learn from other professionals in the field. Some recommended books include Service Entrance Wiring, 2nd edition by John E. Traster, Residential Electrical Troubleshooting and Repair by David Smith, Residential Wiring, A Practical Guide to Home Electrical Wiring by Anthony Barner, Service Panel Selection and Installation by Electrical Training Alliance, and Residential Wiring Complete Guide by Mike Holt. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, is a comprehensive set of standards that govern electrical installations in the United States. It is updated every 3 years, and it provides detailed requirements for everything from wiring methods to overcurrent protection. Following the NEC is essential for ensuring the safety and compliance of electrical systems. Bonding and grounding are critical safety measures in electrical systems. Bonding creates a low impedance path for fault current to flow back to the source, allowing overcurrent devices to quickly trip and clear the fault. Grounding provides a reference point for the electrical system, helping to stabilize voltage and prevent electrical shock hazards. Proper bonding and grounding techniques are essential for protecting people and equipment from electrical hazards. Using proper materials means selecting electrical components and equipment that are listed and labeled by a recognized testing laboratory, such as UL. These materials have been tested to meet specific safety standards and are suitable for their intended application. Using approved materials helps to ensure the safety and reliability of electrical installations. Obtaining permits before starting any electrical work is essential for ensuring compliance with local codes and regulations. Permits allow electrical inspectors to review the plans for the installation and to inspect the work to ensure that it meets all applicable requirements. Obtaining permits helps to ensure the safety and quality of electrical installations. Hiring a qualified electrician is always the best option if you are not comfortable performing electrical work yourself. A licensed electrician has the knowledge, skills, and experience to safely and correctly install and repair electrical systems. Hiring a qualified electrician helps to ensure the safety and reliability of electrical installations. Attending industry training sessions is a great way to stay up to date on the latest electrical codes and practices. These training sessions can provide valuable insights into new technologies, installation techniques, and safety procedures. Staying informed about the latest developments in the electrical industry is essential for providing safe and reliable electrical services. Joining professional organizations such as the NFPA or NECA can provide access to a wide range of resources and networking opportunities. These organizations offer educational programs, technical assistance, and opportunities to connect with other professionals in the electrical industry. Networking with other professionals can help you learn from their experiences and stay informed about the latest trends in the industry. Studying electrical books and online resources is a great way to deepen your knowledge of electrical theory and practice. There are many excellent books and websites available that cover a wide range of electrical topics. Dedicating time to studying these resources can help you develop a strong foundation of knowledge and skills. Seeking mentorship from an experienced electrician is a valuable way to learn from someone who has been in the field for many years. A mentor can provide guidance, support, and advice as you develop your skills and knowledge. Learning from a mentor can help you avoid common mistakes and accelerate your learning process. Participating in online forums is a great way to connect with other professionals in the electrical industry and ask questions. These forums can provide a valuable source of information and support. Asking questions and sharing your experiences with others can help you learn and grow as an electrician. Electrical Training Alliance provides comprehensive training programs for aspiring electricians. NFPA is a leading organization in fire prevention and electrical safety, offering codes, standards, research, and training. The International Association of Electrical Inspectors, or IE, focuses on promoting electrical safety through education and certification. Electrical Code Academy offers online courses and resources for understanding the National Electrical Code. Furthermore, always remember that electrical work can be dangerous. Always de-energize circuits before working on them, and use appropriate personal protective equipment, or PPE, such as gloves and eye protection. Work safely and follow all applicable codes and regulations. Working with electricity requires precision and attention to detail. Double-check all connections and ensure that all components are properly installed. Avoid shortcuts and take the time to do the job right. Troubleshooting electrical problems can be challenging, but it is also a rewarding aspect of the job. Use your knowledge and skills to systematically diagnose and resolve electrical issues. With experience, you will become more proficient at troubleshooting and problem solving. Building strong relationships with customers is essential for success in the electrical industry. Provide excellent service and communicate clearly with your customers. A satisfied customer is more likely to recommend your services to others. Continuously learning and improving your skills is essential for staying competitive in the electrical industry. Attend training sessions, read industry publications, and seek out new challenges. By investing in your professional development, you can enhance your career prospects and provide even better service to your customers. Remember that safety is always the top priority when working with electricity. Follow all safety procedures and take the necessary precautions to protect yourself and others. Electrical work should only be performed by qualified individuals who have the necessary training and experience. Service Entrance Wiring, 2nd edition by John E. Traister, is a comprehensive guide to service entrance wiring, covering everything from basic principles to advanced techniques. This book is a valuable resource for electricians at all skill levels. Residential Electrical Troubleshooting and Repair by David Smith provides practical guidance on troubleshooting and repairing common electrical problems in residential settings. This book is a valuable resource for homeowners and electricians alike. Residential Wiring, a Practical Guide to Home Electrical Wiring by Anthony Barnett offers step-by-step instructions and clear explanations for wiring residential electrical systems. This book is a valuable resource for homeowners and electricians who want to learn more about residential wiring. Service Panel Selection and Installation by Electrical Training Alliance provides detailed information on selecting and installing service panels, including sizing calculations, wiring methods, and safety considerations. This book is a valuable resource for electricians who work on service installations. Residential Wiring Complete Guide by Mike Holt covers all aspects of residential wiring, from basic principles to advanced techniques. This book is a comprehensive resource for electricians of all skill levels. The NEC Article 230 covers service entrances. It provides requirements for the conductors, the equipment, and installation methods used to bring electrical power from the utility company to a building. Article 250 covers grounding and bonding. It provides requirements for grounding electrical systems and equipment to protect against electrical shock hazards. Article 300 covers wiring methods. It provides requirements for the types of wiring methods that can be used in different locations and applications. Article 310.15 covers conductor ampacity. It provides tables and formulas for determining the ampacity of conductors based on their size, insulation type, and installation conditions. Article 408 covers switchboards and panel boards. It provides requirements for the construction, installation, and wiring of switchboards and panel boards. The minimum service size for a dwelling unit is typically 100 amps, as specified in NEC 230.42. However, the actual service size required will depend on the size and electrical load of the dwelling unit. To calculate the service size, you need to determine the total connected load of all the electrical equipment in the dwelling unit, including lighting, appliances, and heating and cooling equipment. The NEC provides guidelines for calculating the connected load. The grounding electrode system must be connected to the earth through a grounding electrode. Common grounding electrodes include metal water pipes, ground rods, and concrete encased electrodes. The grounding electrode system must be properly sized and installed to ensure effective grounding. Bonding is the process of connecting all metal parts of the electrical system together to create a low impedance path for fault current. This helps to ensure that overcurrent devices will trip quickly and clear any faults. Bonding is typically accomplished by using bonding jumpers to connect metal enclosures, conduit, and equipment grounding conductors. The equipment grounding conductor, or EG, is a conductor that connects the metal parts of electrical equipment to the grounding electrode system. The EGC provides a path for fault current to flow back to the source, helping to protect against electrical shock hazards. The EGC must be properly sized and installed to ensure effective grounding. Ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs, are devices that protect against electrical shock hazards by monitoring the current flowing in a circuit. If a ground fault is detected, the GFCI will quickly trip the circuit, cutting off the power and preventing electrical shock. GFCIs are required in many locations, such as bathrooms, kitchens, and outdoor areas. Arc fault circuit interrupters, or RFCIs, are devices that protect against electrical fires by monitoring the current flowing in a circuit. If an arc fault is detected, the RFCI will quickly trip the circuit, cutting off the power and preventing a fire. RFCIs are required in many locations, such as bedrooms and living rooms. Surge protective devices, or SPDs, are devices that protect electrical equipment from voltage surges caused by lightning or other events. SPD divert the surge current to ground, preventing it from damaging the equipment. SPD are recommended for all electrical systems, especially those that are sensitive to voltage fluctuations. When installing electrical wiring, it is important to follow all applicable codes and regulations. This includes using the correct wiring methods, properly supporting the wiring, and making secure connections. Improperly installed wiring can be a fire hazard or an electrical shock hazard. When making electrical connections, it is important to use the correct connectors and tools. Use wire connectors that are listed for the size and type of wire being used. Tighten the connectors securely to ensure a good electrical connection. Loose connections can cause overheating and electrical fires. When working on electrical equipment, it is important to de-energize the circuit before starting work. This can be done by turning off the circuit breaker or removing the fuse that supplies power to the circuit. Always use a voltage tester to verify that the circuit is de-energized before touching any wires or components. When working on electrical equipment, it is important to wear appropriate personal protective equipment, or PPE. This includes safety glasses, rubber gloves, and insulated tools. PPE can help to protect you from electrical shock, burns, and other injuries. When working on electrical equipment, it is important to be aware of the potential hazards. Electrical shock can be fatal. Burns can cause serious injury. Arc flash can cause severe burns and blindness. Take the necessary precautions to protect yourself from these hazards. Electrical work should only be performed by qualified individuals who have the necessary training and experience. If you are not comfortable working on electrical equipment, hire a licensed electrician. A licensed electrician has the knowledge, skills, and experience to safely and correctly install and repair electrical systems. Remember to consult the latest edition of the National Electrical Code and local codes for specific requirements and regulations in your area. Always prioritize safety and seek professional guidance when needed.